Today I'm going to go over my favorite exercises or mobility stretches for hyperkyphosis. And these work great whether you have a postural kyphosis or if you have a true structural kyphosis, like from a Scheuermann's kyphosis. So the first one's not technically one of my three. I call this a warm-up, and a great warm-up for mobility for your thoracic spine is just to do some foam rollers. And when I lay on this, I'm going to lay here on my thoracic spine. It's great to start in your rib cage because it can be a little sore in your lumbar spine. And I'm going to let my thoracic spine open up. Then I'm going to lift my butt. And I'm just going to roll up and down. So I like to do this about 10 times, going from my lower to my upper thoracic spine. And then to kind of get in the rib heads, I'll kind of turn on one side and hit those. And then again, about 10 on each side. So just getting loosened up, letting my chest open up, and this is a great warm-up. In my mind, not technically one of my three exercises, just a great general warm-up. So my first exercise, and probably my favorite, we're going to do on a stall bar. If you don't have one of these at home, you could do this on any kind of pull-up bar, but a stall bar works really great. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to see how high my hands go when I just stand. And then I'm going to grip that a little bit lower on both sides. I'm going to have my back against the bar. And you may want to put a towel or padding. For me, though, I really don't feel the need for one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly walk my feet out and let my body lower. And then I'm just going to hang, and then I'm going to stretch. And you might start this at about 30 seconds. But this is one you can slowly build up to 60 seconds. 90 seconds, and then 2 minutes. And it's great because it's extending my body, and it's also giving my shoulders a nice stretch. Because when you get hyperkyphosis and you start to hunch forward, your shoulders roll forward and you're going to get real tight, and it just really elongates and stretches the spine into extension. Now, my next exercise is what I call thoracic extensions. And you're going to do these ideally in a squat position. You do have to have some mobility to be in a squat. I'll show you an alternative way to do this in a second if you're not able to do that. But I'm going to be here in a squat position. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have my elbow against my thigh and on the inside of my ankle to hold this stable. And then I'm going to take my other hand and I'm going to take it and I'm going to rotate it and I'm going to extend it all the way up. And I'm going to do 10 of those. And I would do 10 of those each side. If you're a new beginner, maybe do one set, but then slowly build up to 3. Now you can see my other hand, I can place it on the ground or I can put it here on my ankle. And then I would just rotate and I'm going to go the other side. And this is great for creating mobility, especially in that upper thoracic spine. Now, maybe you're thinking, I don't have the ability to maintain myself in a squat. So an alternative way you can do this is you could do this on all fours if you need to. And then here you're just going to basically be opening up like this. And this is a great way to start until you're able to maintain yourself in that squat position. And the third exercise is what we call box stretch. And to do that, you just need any kind of bench or table to be able to do this on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down on my knees. I'm going to have my palms up here facing down. And I'm just going to slowly extend and lower my chest. And it's giving me a great stretch in my lats, in my upper back. I'm just going to hold this for about 10 to 20 seconds and just extend like that. So those are 3 great mobility exercises or stretches you can do if you have hyperkyphosis. But if you're dealing with hyperkyphosis and you're trying to figure out what to do, just click on the link below, request a free discovery call. That'll give you a chance to talk to me one-on-one about your individual spine, and I can go over what treatment options are available to you.